Hey guys, welcome to another New World video. So the patch notes for the February PTR Phase 2 dropped today, and I'm not going to lie to you, they got me very excited. I believe a lot of these changes this time around address a lot of the stuff people have been frustrated about, and I won't go as far as saying they fixed the game, but they do go a long way in terms of potentially bringing a lot of people back because they are, yes, just that good. First, they made some huge changes to the expertise system, and these changes are amazing. They made the Topaz Gypsum have no internal cooldown. This means that you can just mass pull creatures and get 3, 4, 5, even 6 in one pull. This is great, and no more sweating, hoping that we will get our 10 before the hour is up anymore. Just drink the potion and go on a killing spree. This saves so much time each day in doing that gypsum. They also changed the internal cooldown of the Obsidian Gypsum from 10 minutes to 5 minutes. This seems like a small change, but to be honest, it is huge. Now it lines up with Ivan's respawn, and we can get it done much faster, because before the internal cooldown was misaligned with his respawn, so that's why it was taking 3 or even 4 respawns for you to get your Obsidian Gypsum. They changed the internal cooldown of the Amethyst Gypsum from 120 seconds to 30 seconds. This is a small change, but one that has big impact. Because in Zergs you can easily bang out 2 to 3 small portals in a couple of minutes, causing a weird overlap on the timer, making it so that you would only get Gypsum every 3 to 4 portals. With this change, you're likely to see them every portal you clear, which is very nice. They increased the amount of Umbral Shards gained from opening casts when you are 600 gear score and up from 3 to 200, now up to 100 to 400. This is just a crazy change. This will really motivate me, along with a lot of other people I know, to do our daily gypsums now. Opening a single cast if you are gear score 600 will now award you the amount of Umbral Shards that you would get from completing 3 M1 mutations. This is ridiculous and amazing. They also gave crafters a huge bump. They increased the amount of Umbrals crafters get for crafting 600 gear score items from 1 to 85 up to 25 to 100. This is a massive change. Not so much when you are gear score 625, but for those just getting started on the grind, 25 over 1 is a massive improvement in rewards. They have also added a gypsum orb to the faction shop now that you can purchase once a day for 7,000 tokens. This is big because of the changes to the Umbral Shards from casts. It could potentially be a 400 free Umbral Shards each day for doing almost nothing, especially now that faction tokens will be given for completing your Outpost Rush games. Another massive change I am very excited to see come to the game that they made in this PTR cycle is to the taxes for our homes. They changed the tax band that a company can charge you from 5 to 10% down to 0.1% to 1%. This is a huge and needed change I have been hoping for. With some companies hammering us with 10% tax, we have been almost renting instead of owning for the past few months. I, for one, will be a lot happier paying 1% tax over 10%. They also increased the amount of gold companies get from tax revenue up to 5 times. This will serve to still reward companies owning these territories without breaking the backs of the players owning the homes within them. I believe that this is a fair trade. Now I know this will cause some inflation, but there has to exist balance in terms of reward versus cost. It does cost gold to maintain towns and to pay the upkeep. I know it is frustrating knowing that some companies continue to get richer based on controlling a territory. But this is the nature of the beast. I rather this way than us as players being taxed into the dirt. And what players need to do is start forming combined companies to overthrow these companies who have rested on their laurels for so long. It is possible regardless of what you think. They also increased all experience awarded from quest level 10 plus by 50%, making leveling alts or your first character so much more pleasant. They adjusted travel cost once again to a very manageable amount. Fast travel from towns and shrines will now have a base cost of 20 Azoth. There will no longer be adjustments for weight and or distance. They also reduced the recall time to inns to 30 minutes down from an hour. Another thing I was very impressed about is that they have actually listened to the feedback in the PTR chat, which is amazing, and they have made some adjustments to weapons that just about everyone on PTR was asking for. To the Void Gauntlet. The Void Gauntlet is currently a little too effective at locking down and then killing targets before they can recover from a root on Petrifying Scream. We are increasing the cooldown on Petrifying Scream to lower the frequency of this kill combo and lowering the damage of the Orb of Decay to make it less likely to kill tougher targets. As Orb of Decay already has many other functions including healing and debuffing, we feel it's safe to reduce its damage in this way without hurting its overall viability. So what they did was they increased the Petrifying Scream cooldown from 15 seconds to 25 seconds, and the Orb of Decay, the base ability damage reduced from 100% to 90%, and Detonating Orb detonation damage reduced from 100% to 70%. On the Rapier, we're seeing a lot of players taking Rapier as a secondary weapon for its defensive capabilities over its offensive ones. While we expect this behavior in dual weapon system, we currently feel like it is a bit too effective at running away. As a result, we are increasing the cooldown of skills in the Grace Tree. To offset the longer cooldown of Evade, we are swapping the upgrades Crescendo and Breathe in so that players using Evade offensively have better access to the cooldown reduction. So Riposte increased the cooldown from 12 seconds to 18 seconds. Evade, they increased the cooldown from 6 seconds to 12 seconds. Swapping the position of the Crescendo and Breathe in upgrades. As a result of this change, points in the tree will be refunded and needed to be respec'd. And Fletch increased the cooldown from 17 to 20 seconds. For the Great Axe, they say, we've heard your feedback that changes to the Gravity Well on PTR went too far in terms of reducing its effectiveness, so we went back to the drawing board and trying a different approach. This new version of Gravity Well includes a route that occurs after the initial pull to help hold your targets in place, and includes a stronger slow after the pull to make it harder for the foes to escape and damage Pulse without using a movement ability. So they fixed a bug that prevented this ability from functioning. And this ability has been reworked from its previous PTR version. Foes who are pulled into the center of the vortex are rooted for 1 second. Increased slow from 55 to 60%. Slow field duration restored 3 seconds so that it will last until the explosion occurs. So guys, I know a lot of you have just had it up to your eyeballs with issues in New World lately and the bad choices they have been making, but this set of changes are too good to be ignored. Now I just hope this will become the norm instead of the exception, and the game will start to head down the right track. I am very excited for these changes, as you can probably tell, and with good reason. A lot of these things are the very issues I've seen most of the people I talk to complain about. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.